Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Monyay. I am the master of my destiny, and I think I will believe, so therefore I do. Just another blessed day, man. So today we're gonna get right into it. I want to talk about something about prison, having sex while in prison. How can you do that? Well, you can have conjugal visits. That's right. What is that? So if you're married, you can have visits in prison with your wife or your significant other uh, for, I believe it's once every 3 months. Once every 3 months or maybe once every 6 months, depending where you at. So it generally works like this. Somebody will get locked up and they got their girlfriend or something and they know they about to do some time and they'll try to lock her in and marry her in the county jail. Yeah, I'm talking to all you. Y'all know who you is. Soon as y'all knew y'all was about to do time, you wanted to say, baby, will you marry me? Want to propose to her in the county jail, get married. Oh, sucker ass niggas, man. Nah, but they did it because maybe they loved her or whatever. But most do it because they trying to get some of that poom poom when they up in the joint. So and I've never was able to get conjugal visits because for one, I ain't married. I don't think a person should just marry a person just because they panic and all of a sudden they about to go to prison. Now they want to marry the girl. They want to have her trapped with them so they can have somebody to ride their time out with. They feel like that's gonna be a guarantee that she's gonna stay with them. Weak, weak, weak. That's weak. And you know how many people I done seen do that, and how many the girls still left them. That don't guarantee she gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but no. So yeah, this is probably news to some people. You can have conjugal visits in prison. You can have family visits in prison. It's the same type of thing. Like say you want to have visits with your kids. You want to have visits with your family. You don't have to be, and so you would have to get it pre-approved. Um, you would get it basically set up with the prison institution, um, and they would order. Your people would have to order food. Basically, order food out of this expensive catalog, set it up for you, so that you guys can come up there and spend maybe 2 or 3 days, 2 days, maybe the weekend or something, together. I Now this is one of the things they got. Now for those who have domestic violence or any type of yeah, basically domestic violence, you can't get conjugal visits. You won't be able to allow. So if you got any type of domestic violence, even if it wasn't domestic, y'all wasn't together, but you hit on a woman or you was charged with it, or then you don't qualify. I think that I know that one for sure. I don't know what else won't allow you to qualify for these type of conjugal visits. Um, so you ain't gonna have that option. But I say this because I wanted to give you guys something to think about. You know, is it right to just marry someone? Come on, man. So the question is it right to just marry somebody because you about to do some prison time, uh, and you trying to have them locked in? For one, that don't guarantee she's gonna be locked in. For two, I think if it's an agreement, that's the agreement you two have, meaning like you guys know that, hey, this is just so we can be able to see each other or whatever your agreement is. This is just so I can be up there. I want to be. We could be able to fuck. Y'all need to have that agreement set out. But if you marry somebody uh, and they're under the wrong impression, you know, you all of a sudden want to marry her, um, as though, she's just the one, when really it's more so out of desperation. You need to be real with people. You need to be honest. I would say that. And I would say it ain't right. I would say it's weak. I mean, your game is weak, and I disagree with it. A lot of people did that. A lot of people did that. They panicked right before they was about to go. I could have did that. I could have been sitting up there. I could have had been married, but why I'm gonna do that? I'm not giving nobody the title just because my game's too weak. So I gotta use some type of manipulation to keep them there by me. That ain't how it go. Marriage, I believe, is something sacred. You do it with somebody when they're really that one, and you really ready to respect marriage how it's supposed to be respected. There is stories of people who have went to conjugal visits and got into fights with a significant other. There's stories of people who have gone to these type of visits and gotten high, tried to sneak drugs back, or have snuck drugs back and ruined their visits and opportunities like that. But in prison, man, if you got the opportunity to get some pussy, most people gonna say, man, you better hop on that. Somebody right now is saying, man, I don't care what this dude say, man. If I'll marry her just to get some pussy, go ahead. A lot of people do. My thing is this, because then you ruin it for everybody else. You put a bad taste in their mouth, because you got some brothers in there who would really, they're really looking for a wife. They really respect marriage as it's supposed to be respected, and they really are looking for that person. They're looking for a soulmate. But the dudes who marry them just to have sex with them, and then when they get out of prison, they disown them or they leave them and stuff like that. I hear a lot of complaints about stuff like that, and so that's why women don't want to mess with no dude in prison. It's because dudes put a bad taste in their mouth. They put a bad taste in their mouth, and so don't be one of them dudes who, just because you're about to do some time, you try to panic and all of a sudden want to throw a ring on her finger and want to get married in the county jail. Because chances are it ain't gonna last. And ladies, if he doing that, if that's what he did, he locked up, now he want to marry you, keep in mind that he could have decided to marry you when he was on the streets, but he didn't. And it could be that now that he had some time to think, he learned to appreciate you. Or it could be that he's trying to lock you in as an act of desperation. So you gotta you gotta think about this clearly. People are selfish. They're selfish, and when somebody gets locked up, it affects more than just them. It affects everybody that wants to be of any type of support to them. They get super double taxed. And I believe support is important when people are incarcerated. But I also believe that everybody involved should be aware of what they're getting themselves into. One of the requirements for you to get married in prison is, this is now to get married in prison, not the county jail. If you was to get married in prison, the requirements is your wife would have to, the one you want to marry would have to be fully aware of your crime and the amount of time you got. So the prison system will counsel with her and they say, are you aware that this man has life? Are you aware of this and this? Because a lot of people, they meet women while they're in prison through a hookup. They partner hook them up with this and that person. And then all of a sudden, uh, they tell that famous lie. Or maybe it ain't a lie because they really believe it. They say, you know what, I'm about to come back. I'll be home in no time on an appeal. You know, I never have met a lifer who was convinced that they was doing life. Well, very rare. I met a few, but more than likely, you talk to any lifer in prison, they all are hoping for the law to pass in June. That's going to give them some relief. They all waiting on their repeal. They all waiting on the something to be overturned. They have hope alive. You want to see hope? They're some hopeful people. It's kind of on the verge of delusional. None of them, you know, but yeah, they have to have something to keep them going, and the laws are changing, I will say that. But a lot of them guys, they stringing the women along 6 months at a time, 6 months at a time. Instead of just being honest and saying, you know what, I got life, or you know what, I got 10 years. You know, you want to give the person the option to deal with your ass. You know, you know what I'm saying? Put all the cards on the table. A lot of people can't do that. They're scared she gonna run away, and so they try to hold people hostage. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, these are the facts. You know, these are the facts. You take it for what it's worth. There's an option. You have the option to be a part of this man's life, even though he's about to do some time. And if he asks you to marry now that he's locked up, just keep in mind that it may be an act of desperation. You know. And keep in mind that it may not last when he get out. Or it may, you know, but as always, man, I just try to keep it true, tell the truth, keep it real. Hey, man, I'm King Monyay. I'm master of my destiny, and I will succeed. I do succeed because I believe I will, you know. If you are not part of the Monyay tribe, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and put a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Y'all tell me what you think about this. Should people get married because they about to get sentenced to do some time? Have you ever done it? And if you have, why? All right, I'm gone.